to unfold it, and then you'll be ready to chat. Ready?
Anybody else? Reference to our seminar with I'll share.
I'm really pleased today to share the flag from the Lao to America Museum here in Wausau with the citizens of Wausau. The flag that we have before us today is called the Bennington flag. And the design of this flag goes back almost 250 years. The Bennington flag is most noteworthy because it's associated with the Battle of Bennington during the American Revolution. The Battle of Bennington was fought in 1777. And the significance of that battle was that the British forces had underestimated the sincerity of the patriots in America. The British thought that the problem they faced was a New England problem. They were certain that most of the agitation for rebellion occurred in the New England colonies, and they felt that in the southern colonies and the northern colonies, there wasn't nearly the support for the revolution. So the forces under General John Burgoyne went to Vermont in order to cut off the northern colonies from New England. Much to his shock, there was support for the revolution in New England. The Battle of Bennington was fought, and some people associated with the turning point of the war. The significance of the flag, and a surprise to perhaps General Burgoyne, was this flag spoke clearly to the spirit of '76, the revolutionary spirit of the American people. The flag's different from flags that we fly today. The border has a white stripe top and bottom, where the flags that we're used to have a red stripe top and bottom. The stars have 6 points. We're accustomed these days to see a flag with 5-point stars. But there's no flag in American history that proclaimed the spirit of '76 more boldly than the Bennington flag. After the Battle of Bennington, America earned its independence, and a variety of flags were put forth as the national flag. And this flag, the Bennington flag, kind of disappeared in American history, was replaced by other flags, but it was resurrected in 1876 during America's centennial. And during the America's centennial, when America was 100 years old, people were reflecting on where we had come since the days of independence. And the flag was resurrected and flown around cities in America who wanted to ask themselves, have we been true to the spirit of '76? And as we move forward, will we carry that respect for the spirit of '76 into the future? Interestingly, in 1876, there were people who felt we had not really fulfilled the promise of 1776. We had fought a civil war just 15 years earlier. that had freed the slaves, but in 1876, in a deal that made Rutherford B. Hayes president of the United States, the American government decided to end Reconstruction in the South. And from that point on, segregationists tried to take back the liberty that the slaves had been given in the Civil War. In 1876, women still had not received the right to vote. But there was discussion around this flag, and that this flag again disappeared into American history until 1976. And in the year of our bicentennial, when America was 200 years old, this flag had some temporary popularity. I was a young teacher in those days, and in those days we talked about the Bennington flag, and we talked in schools about the spirit of '76. Well, who would have known in 1976 that we would begin receiving in our community here in Wausau a new immigrant population, new to Wausau, new to the state of Wisconsin, and for the most part, new to America. In 1976, just as people had discussed during the first centennial, we were asking ourselves, are we really true to the spirit of '76? Well, in 1976, we had an opportunity. We faced a test. Was Wausau true to the spirit of '76, and would Wausau receive new immigrant populations here in our town in the spirit of '76? Would we pass that test? And the other people who faced the test were the new residents of Wausau. We wondered, will these new people coming from Southeast Asia with no background in American history, what will they bring to our community? Will they be democratic? Will they be peace-loving? Will they be respectful of American traditions? Well, I think it's safe to say both the city of Wausau and the new population of refugees from Southeast Asia have passed that test. We have proved that we are worthy of this flag. So I'm really pleased to loan this flag from our museum to the city of Wausau and fly it here. I think April's a perfectly appropriate time because it's the anniversary of the arrival of our first Hmong citizens. So that's all I have to say. I know that Mayor Katie has a proclamation to read and there's a ceremony, but I think we can look at this with pride. And as we look forward to the future, in just 4 short years, we'll have the 250th anniversary of our founding of our nation. And I think we can look at a flag like this and feel true to the flag. So thank you for your attendance today, and I'll turn things back over to Mayor Katie.
Sure. So we're going to fold the flag up. You can feel free to fold it up. And I do have a proclamation that I will be reading. I can read that now, or I can wait until we're outside. But we will have a special flag raising ceremony outside. So if you want to get ready out there, probably we'll be ready shortly.